The session was themed Social Justice, Responsibility and the Role of Capital, where it challenged business and society to rethink the purpose of capital. It explored how long-term investment, governance and leadership must serve not only financial returns, but also a fairer, more inclusive South Africa. Facilitated by veteran journalist Bruce Whitfield, he challenged the women, asking them what they would change if they were president for half an hour to improve the country. Prabashini Moodley, the CEO of Old Mutual Life and Savings, says she would depoliticize government.
Can we have a civil service that's solely professional, without political appointments, and address... So it boggles my mind how in the same country we can have a deep, well-functioning certain private sector industries. Financial services might be one. Yes, it works for the formal part of the economy. It does not necessarily work as well for the informal part of the economy. But we have skilled professionals, experienced people who are passionate, excited to be working in South Africa in these industries. Why do we struggle so much to take some of that passion and energy and expertise into our municipal governments?
The president of the Labour Federation, COSATU, Zingiswa Losi, says she would connect what already exists in the country and implement policies.
What we need to do is to join the dots between policy, between business practice and worker empowerment and community well-being. And then once we're able to join the dots on what we already have and how is it going to work for us, I think we would be able to address all the challenges that we have. As we always say, that South Africa has policies in place. What we need is how we're going to implement that, but also have everyone at the table. The challenge that we have is that others, they meet on the side, they take a discussion. When it's concluded, they expect those that must implement it and those that are going to be impacted by it to then just follow suit. That's when then we create also these high levels of inequality. Just one on me, the issue of inequality, you know, we've been talking about it, equal pay for work of equal value, let's close the gap. I don't think also CEOs of big corporates are ready to close the gap. I would love to see what Prabashini is saying, really becoming a meaningful act that we see. Because if you look, for an example, this is what we've been calling for. A CEO of Pick n Pay, what he is taking, and the worker at the bottom line who greets a customer at 6 a.m. in the morning, having to make sure that the shop is opening with a smile, even if you're going through hard times, so that the company itself is able to make profits, are the ones that must always borrow to come back and keep the customer happy. We want to see reality. I mean, we can talk as South Africans, we love to have such, but at what point are we going to be able to implement what we say?
Lastly, advocate and social justice leader Professor Thuli Madonsela says besides making everyone memorize the preamble of the Constitution, she would use every opportunity to reduce existing imbalances.
The first thing I would do in that half an hour would be pull together companies like Old Mutual. I really mean it. You guys don't create products without looking at what does society look like, and you segment society, you disaggregate society and say these are the people that are going to buy it, this is their current patterns, and this is what they can afford, and this is how I'm going to do the product. And then say, can we do the same in terms of how we design government policy? We design it in terms of what future do we want, how are different people going to be impacted by that future? And the idea would be to do two things, which the UK did, by the way, with the Equality Act, which is one, take every opportunity to make sure that you do not exacerbate inequality. So every policy you pass, but secondly, use every opportunity to reduce existing imbalances. So that's the first thing I would do.
That's only one thing. You're only allowed one thing.
That's the only thing I can do.
It's half an hour. Your half an hour is up. You're done. And our time is up as well.
I'll give everyone a copy of the Constitution and say, I want everyone to remember the preamble by head.
Diabosito, SABC News, Johannesburg.